glory of Christ. The shining clothes of the wealthy, friends, they pale in comparison to his shining face. And when we see his glorious holiness, his spiritual wealth, everything else, to use Paul's phrase in Philippians 3, seems to be refuse and dung. You see, at the heart of our prejudice is ultimately our own craving for glory and honor, isn't it? As Sam Storms writes, we want powerful, wealthy, and influential people to take notice of us, and we want to avoid the embarrassment that comes from being associated with weak and impoverished and inconsequential people. But if Christ is himself our glory, he is all the glory that we need. If Christ himself is the security our souls so desperately desire, we won't seek it in what others can supply. So the first antidote then to the poison of prejudice is a healthy, thriving faith in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ. But there's a second antidote in this text, and that is this, that we should possess God's perspective on people. So for just a moment here, I want you to use your sanctified imagination. So imagine that you had two pairs of glasses, two pairs. One pair helps you to see people how God sees them, and with the other pair, you see people from the world's perspective. Got the picture now? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. In your mind, take out your worldly colored glasses, the glasses shaped by our modern culture, by social media, entertainment, sports, those kind of things. So you got them on? So let me ask you, with those glasses on, how do you see people through those lenses? Who's going to be the most significant person to you? Who stands out the most? Who attracts you? Who are you proudest to stand with? Who do you want to associate with? Who will you befriend if there's a choice? Who is it that you want to be most part of your church? Now, keep in mind, you still have those worldly colored glasses on, so who would it be? So scholar and author Tony Merida has a good list of how we typically evaluate people through these worldly lenses, and they all start with A. First, we are attracted to people with affluence through these worldly lenses. Wealth. This is what James is discussing, of course, in our text. The world also gives preference to people with an ideal appearance, an ideal age, ideal ancestry, ideal achievement, even an ideal accent. And I think you could add a whole host of other things to that list as well. Social status, influence, possessions, education level. These are the measures of people in the world's eyes, right? So keep those glasses on for just a moment longer. And so with those glasses, who are you going to hold up in your church as the most significant? Who's it going to be? Who is it that you want to be part of your church? Who do you want to associate with? Who are you going to celebrate if they become a Christian? Well, if you want your answer, just look at pop Christian culture today, right? Who is it that is celebrated in pop Christian culture today? Held up, given prominence. Who is it that is never ignored? Well, it's the megachurch pastors, the celebrity who converts to Christianity, the wealthy business tycoon who makes a big deal about how much they support Christian causes, the influential politicians who claim the name of Christ but really bear no fruit to support it. These are the ones who are celebrated. And yet, as James writes in verses 6 and 7, many of these same people who we celebrate are the